Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Friends Podcast, man. Thank you for joining us again. And if it's your first time, thank you so much for coming through and listening to what we have to say today.
Yes, sir.
So let me introduce myself. My name is Matt, and I'm here with my co-host.
My name is Rod, and this is the Friends Podcast again. Make sure you go and subscribe to our Instagram page, all social medias, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, YouTube is where we're streaming, so check us out.
Yeah, man, we're everywhere that you could even imagine. So I guess let's get into it as we always do, as I always say. So how was your last week?
This week has been pretty good. I mean, I can't complain. Over the weekend, I went and checked out 902 Brewery. Always a great selection. They always switch it up. So, yeah, I love beer. So maybe might create some beers in the future. So we'll see. What about you?
Yeah, I know we was talking about that like a long time ago, like creating the beers, because I feel like it's not like a lot of black breweries out there, like breweries by black owned people. So that would be super dope if
Definitely
we
not.
could. Yeah, so that would be super dope if you could, make that happen. For me, not much, man. A lot of family time this week. So my sister's birthday is coming up, so we went out to brunch, and I had to help my mom with some landscaping, some yard work and shit like that. So that's pretty much
Dope.
what I've been on. Work, editing, recording, practicing my instrument and all those kinds of things. So yeah, nothing too crazy. Maybe going out, taking a road trip sometime soon. So planning that. But yeah, other than that, I guess we can go ahead and get into our topics for this episode. So I guess you want to intro the first one?
Yeah, so this topic here has been blazing all over social media. Um, it's the verdict from our Supreme Court. The Roe versus Wade was overturned. So basically, the understanding I got is abortions is not going to be acceptable anymore in majority of the U.S. states. So did you hear anything else about it?
Yeah, so I think that's what it is. You pretty much broke it down in that way, in a good way. So I guess it's up to the states to decide whether they want to uphold abortions or whether what they want to have clinics. I've seen like articles on a bunch of clinics already closing down like the day after the verdict came down from the Supreme Court. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. Um, and so yeah, I mean, it just kind of is this is one of those issues that divides America. Pro-choice, pro-life, but in
This
my
protest
opinion,
has been going everywhere right now.
yeah,
New York,
everywhere.
Detroit, Chicago, everywhere. Probably California for sure.
Yeah, yep. So
Um,
yeah, they gonna have to deal with the influx of people coming through and like, oh, let me get this abortion because I'm from Texas and they not letting us do that shit there. So
what do you feel
yeah,
about it?
I mean, to me, I mean, I could say my personal thoughts on it. I'm pro-choice. I just feel like everybody should have the choice to do anything that they want to, and I get that. Birth rates are declining. I guess people are worried about humanity, dying out and things like that. I understand that, but I still feel like people should have a choice, whether it's rape or incest, or whether it's they don't, they impoverished, they don't want to have no more kids, or whether they just don't want no damn kid. That's
Hmm.
fine to me. What's your general thoughts on like, what's the verdict that just recently came through?
I mean, I agree with what women agree with.
Good answer.
So yeah, like it's their body, their choice. Uh, yeah, I mean, you should be able to have one if you want one, or I mean, of course, the worst case scenario if someone gets raped or anything like that happens, they can't get an abortion, or they're gonna have to travel across the U.S. or to some place where it's acceptable, like where they can find a clinic. Or another extreme would be children in high school, middle school are having kids, and
Hmm.
they can't go get an abortion, and they may not have the money to travel to go get it to somewhere. So, I mean, it's definitely gonna hit up people with not as much income. They're gonna be heavily affected if they can't afford to go somewhere to get it done, the procedure done. Um, yeah, it just makes everything a lot harder if that's kind of if you want an abortions. But it should also a good thing. It might boost the rate of people wearing condoms.
No,
Maybe
for sure.
Maybe condom companies is gonna be they're gonna be an overdrive now.
Right, yeah. No, that's actually I didn't even think about that, yeah. But I heard they was trying to get contraception out of here too, like, IUDs and NuvaRings and condoms and things like that. Like they want people to have kids like by any means. Like, no, you can't have no protection. Like, you gonna have to have this kid. And I don't
See,
get why.
the thing is, it's just like this that I think about is like, why is the Supreme Court even? Why is this a case that they want to take up?
Hmm.
It seems like they just had to do this to overturn it. Like, there's so many different cases and new cases that they can look at,
Right.
in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of things that's important, and I guess it just seems like the Supreme Court, like just looking at the data, 6-3, who voted on it, and it just seems a bit planned to me. That's the way I think of it. Like
Hmm.
this was the whole plan right from the get go. Like they wanted to overturn this. Like they had to go back and like find this case and be like, hey, we want to do this. And the thing is, like, it seems like majority of America don't even, with all these riots and everything, it seems like majority of America is like the people who they're supposed to be working for don't want this to happen.
Right. Yeah. I'm pretty
So
sure the
who?
data shows that.
Yeah. So it's like who's out there that's really choosing that? Hey, this is what we want to do, and like where's the power really in America?
Hmm. I don't think it's with the people. I don't think it's with the people. I think it's with these people that can make decisions. It's with the corporations. It's with the like you said, the Supreme Court. We even talked about like the Senate and things like that. It's definitely not with the president. The president got some
We
semblance
talked
of
about
power.
that a bit off of camera. It
Yeah.
just seemed like the president's just this figurehead. And I was reading it on BBC News. Biden spoke out and said Supreme Court made terrible decisions.
Okay.
It's just like you're the president of the United States. Most importantly, supposed to be like the most powerful person in the world right now. And it just seemed like every time something happens around gun violence or even this case, he's always just looking so confused, falling off his bike.
Right.
Like I don't get it. Like it just seems like the Senate and the Supreme Court is really who's in charge and who's making uh, the rules of society, and they're getting funded by these corporations and these billionaire businesses. They control the media. Those are the people that it just seems like that's what's running our country.
Yeah, pretty much. And to take it even a step further, the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, immediately, I'm not gonna say immediately, but the same day that this verdict came out, she gonna send out a fundraising email like, "Oh, this is devastating, but we need your funds so we can fund whatever the fuck." So it's like, really, like this how we about to rock?
That's every situation. I hate it.
Yeah.
Politicians, like, for anything they trying to get body, but oh, we need money. Like, how much money we gotta fucking give you for you to go vote on the bill, like to do your job? Like, you get paid a check to vote on these things. Like,
Right.
why do you keep asking me for money? Like, everyone in the Senate is a millionaire. Stop asking like lower class or people who's doing worse off than you for money for
Yeah.
something that you ain't even gonna pass.
It's disrespectful. It's like, damn. So like, I mean, it just goes to show that the people that's in politics, most of the time are not for the people for real. They really for their corporate interests. Like that's just
You
what it
don't need a
is.
dollar for everything.
You don't like dollars don't. I mean, money talks. Money does talk. But when people are set on this is what we want, we're pro life and we want these things. Like, what is a dollar gonna do?
Yeah, and I really don't like the idea where these senators and House people, the people that are getting voted in, they're supposed to be for their state and what the people want.
Right.
It shouldn't be based on their own personal business interests. It should be based on who voted you in there and for that position. And it just seemed like that's not what's happening. I mean, we
Yeah.
already see it here with the Roe versus Wade.
Yeah. And
It's sad.
I think you brought up a good point. Like, why is this issue like what they, why is this what they standing on? Why is this what the hill that they're dying on? I thought that was interesting because they touched it. They touched this issue in 1973, and this is when they actually made the decision to make it a federal, like, abortions can happen federally. And then for some reason, 50 years later, they said, okay, we about to overturn it. But it's just like, why? I think that's the question we need to ask. Like, why is this? Yeah, we know people are so pro-life. We know that that's some people's personality. Like, they make it their personality. But
Yeah, Republicans, they for sure during Trump term, they was rushing to get Supreme Court justices to replace and get get them in there.
hmm
And we see that that's what our Supreme Court's looking like. They stay in there until death or until they choose to leave.
and they're not gonna choose to leave. I promise you that. I
Like
don't know if
that's
anybody's ever chosen to leave.
maybe until they get super old and they be, oh yeah, like our health issues. That's happened. They be like, oh,
hmm
you're not fit any longer. So
Right? Yeah.
yeah, it's just we got to look a bit more into that aspect. Maybe there should be some terms to the Supreme Court, just like
This.
anything else.
Yeah, I think there should, and I think also
It's like, is that
a
not a
revolution needs to
dictatorship in
happen.
there? Like, you shouldn't be to death.
Yeah. That is interesting. I wonder why that's like that. I think I've never been no history guy. Like, never been like that big into like politics history or American history. But I would be interested to learn why is president 4 years and why are all these other things 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, but Supreme Court justices is life. I'll be interested to hear because I feel like that just sets up, like you said, like it was perfect timing. Like they knew that they packed the court. They knew that they wanted this issue passed, and then like it just happened to come up at this time, and now they you know they reversed it. So I don't know. I think we need a revolution. I think the people need to stand up and take this power back. Because if not, you never know what they're coming for next. So
Yeah, it's hard to fire a judge
it is.
in any court. It's hard to get rid of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
So yeah, yeah.
they feel like that's they feel like they know all. They the judge. So it's
Oh
like they
yeah,
can't. They not gonna step down.
judges be talking crazy to people. Like they talk all high and mighty. Like they don't make wrong decisions.
Mm-hmm.
They be sitting on that like that pedestal, and they can tell you not to talk. They can tell you when to talk. They tell you when to sit down. They tell you when to rise. Like it's the amount of power that's in a judge's discretion. They could tell how many years you're gonna be in prison.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's a lot of power to put in a man's hand. And we already see what happens is they have biases. They're human,
Absolutely.
and crime just typically is not in the favor of African Americans.
Hmm.
And the amount of years, this is fact, this is science. Um, Black people and African Americans get a lot more years than their white counterparts, and that's a bias. So
Mm-hmm.
we got to look at this judicial system and like how does this work, and there needs to be some checks and balances to them.
That and why this lifetime shit got to go. Like that don't make no sense. Nobody should be anything for lifetime. So like you said, checks and balances. Remove the biases, which is easier said than done. And I guess with that being said, it's a sad day, man. It's a sad day in America when shit like this happen. But I guess let's try to move on and hopefully talk about some some
Yeah.
more not heart wrenching shit. You know what I mean?
Shout
So
out to the women out there. Keep moving, keep your fist up, keep
right,
marching.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm marching there right there with you.
nah, no cap. So
I am your friend. This is the Friends Podcast.
it is. So let's move on to the next topic. So let's kind of talk about something that you brought to my attention today, which was just real interesting to me. I didn't even know this was even a thing at all. So I guess what happened recently is NBA Youngboy has now surpassed Eminem, Eminem was the
The
highest
GOAT.
the, the highest
YB did it better. Okay.
Why be better? So Eminem was the highest grossing, I guess. He had the most videos on YouTube, over 100 million views solo, with 23, and now
Woo,
Youngboy,
that boy hard.
man, and now NBA Youngboy has 24, so he just broke his record. And I guess just to fact check, let me see how old NBA Youngboy is.
$22.
He's 22. Yeah, so like that's just that's a great feat right there. Like, to be honest, so I guess let's kind of talk about that. Like,
Eminem 49 years old.
old ass boy. So it's like, yeah. So like, how you feel about this? Like, I mean, obviously we already know that you just ecstatic about this, but like, what does this
I'm
mean
just
to you?
ecstatic of this new generation.
Yeah.
When they talk about the younger generation, how they not as talented, they can't do this, they can't do that, they can't rap, they don't care about the craft, blah blah blah, all that bullshit Eminem was saying in that
Mm-hmm.
Kamikaze.
You're right.
NBA Youngboy proved that, hey, almost similar in a Lil Wayne fashion, just blew up like just off of pure talent.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I mean, I'm proud of the progress that we're seeing in his career, man. He's just doing a good job and making good music. Obviously, to do it at such a young age as well, 22 years old, and already surpassed Eminem.
Yeah. Yep.
That's unbelievable, and the fan base is got to be even bigger than Stan now.
Yeah, and I was looking at the the list of songs that NBA YoungBoy has that's over 100 million views, and it seems like a lot of them are older songs, maybe from over a year or two,
I
three,
mean, it
four,
takes
five.
time to get to 100 million.
Exactly. So just think about how often that nigga drops. He dropped like 3 albums in like the last year. So it's like, imagine that those about to go 100 million too at some point, like in the future. So it's like, this might be a record that nobody can beat for a minute. Like, solo records
In terms
over
of
100
streams
million.
and everything,
Yeah.
NBA Youngboy is looking like he's not gonna be touched in hip
Yeah,
hop.
at this point, because like, and just to put it into perspective for everybody, the next in line is Nicki Minaj, and then after that is Drake, and I think they both have like under 15, if I solo records, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, man, I just think that's super dope, just especially a South artist, because ever since Dre Stacks, Andre 3000 said South got something to say, the South been saying shit. So it's like, I don't know, I'm just glad to see it, man, and I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan.
Yeah, Jay-Z need to go on and get a record with NBA Youngboy. Yeah, his shit popping.
Man, for real. I don't even know what that would sound like though. That shit might be trash. I ain't gonna
I
lie.
mean, Lil Wayne and Jay-Z was on a record together.
Um,
So I'd imagine it probably sounds smooth.
what Lil Wayne Jay Z record? I don't remember them being on a record
Mr.
together.
Carter, wasn't that?
Oh yeah, off Carter 3. I don't even like
Yeah,
that
of
song
Carter
though.
3.
You like that song?
I fuck with Carter 3. That's probably one of it is my favorite album um, from Lil Wayne.
By Wayne. Okay. I never
Phone
really liked Mr.
Home,
Carter. It
Let
was
the
cool
Beat
though.
Build. Like, there was a lot of records on that album that I really fuck with.
Yeah, let the beat build crazy. But yeah, that would be
Yeah.
interesting to hear that. Like, or just
Even
because I
Dr.
know
Carter, the storytelling.
yeah, I like Dr. Carter more than Mr. Carter. It'll be interesting because I know young NBA YoungBoy had a song with Snoop Dogg called "Callin." I like that song a lot. So it'll be interesting to hear him on records with like some OG rap niggas.
There was a recent song with Eminem and Snoop Dogg. Because, Snoop Dogg had said, I thought it was interesting because Snoop Dogg said something about Eminem.
Hmm.
I think it was, I don't know what interview or whatever. He was like, yeah, he's not my favorite. He's not my cup of tea, pretty much is what Snoop Dogg said. So for them to get on the same record, I thought was pretty dope. It seems like more of like an NFT, that kind of space. And yeah, I didn't hear the track, but
Nah,
I'm
me either.
surprised. Yeah, they got on the same track after those type of comments. I'm sure Eminem's he's rhyming shit together, putting words together, and
As he
Cat in the
does.
Hat.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, probably something about some white celebrity that's like, eating mom spaghetti.
Yeah, something along those lines. I mean,
Yeah,
Snoop said that, but
maybe
you
say
know,
something about Madonna, Lana, or like Madonna
Madonna.
got a problem.
Yeah,
Stick a
so,
knife in her mama. Like I don't know. Eminem be doing rhymes like that. So
yeah, for sure. But I mean, you said like Snoop was like, he not my cup of tea, but shit for a bag, I guess niggas can be a cup of tea. I guess I don't know.
I think Snoop Dogg is just a cool nigga. He didn't. He's not taking anything from Eminem and like what he is musically. Obviously, they were literally on stage together with Dr. Dre at the biggest stage, the Super Bowl.
Hmm.
So they obviously had a conversation. They probably chatted up a bit and talked to each other about the comments. And hey, I mean, even Logic came out recently. He made some comments and said, "Man, Eminem just gets too much hate
Oh
and
my
to, like
god.
and shit like that." I'm just thinking, I'm like, when did Eminem get hate?
Right.
Like
Like,
he's one of the most streamed artists with hella diamond records. Like he got some of the biggest stands. It's like what the fuck do Logic be talking about?
just because everybody don't fuck with his shit, don't mean that everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like that he gets hate. Like maybe he does get
It's
hate.
not hate though. Like it's obviously he got the one of the biggest, craziest fan bases in hip hop history.
He
It's
does, but
not. It's like literally
that don't mean he don't
everybody.
get hate though.
I mean, he gets. Of course, everyone gets hate, but he gets a lot more love than anything.
No facts for sure.
So it's just like I don't know what the hell Logic is talking about. He always try to compare like his career to the white and the black issues, blah blah blah. It's like, are you black or not? Are you white? Like where's this line that he's trying to like portray? It's like why you even bring Eminem? Like Eminem and you just don't like y'all don't have the same career. Y'all
At
don't have the
all.
same talent. You're not as
Mm-mm.
good as Eminem. Like I don't know why Logic felt like he brought Eminem up in that way, saying, "Oh, he gets too much hate." It's like he don't get hate. You get hate.
No, Logic definitely gets hate, which is why I found it interesting that he would say like, "Oh, y'all give him too much hate," but it's just like, ain't you dealing with the own hate that you get? Because people hate Logic. People don't like his music like that. People say he trash. People talk about how he always be talking about how he mixed. Like, worry about your own hate on your own doorstep and stop trying to put shit on Eminem like people blocking Eminem out of a bag. Like
Trying to
nobody's
make
blocking Eminem.
comparisons.
You feel like he was trying to compare himself to him?
Yeah, that's why I feel like he's like, oh, he get hate. He's one of the biggest musicians, and I get hate. It's because we both
Right.
light skinned. We look white. We both white.
Oh my
So
god.
I think that's where Logic was getting at when he was trying to bring up Eminem. Oh, like yeah, we like nah. It's not the same.
Yeah, nah,
You
this
ain't
ain't
got no
that.
diamond records.
Nah, he
Like
don't.
relax.
I mean, and like you said, like I don't want to take away anything from Eminem, but you know, he is what he is. He ain't my cup of tea either. So
He a legend.
he is a legend though, but he ain't my cup of tea, as Snoop Dogg said.
Yeah,
So
Logic, you ain't. So you gotta relax.
I mean, to somebody he is.
Relax. Yeah, he to these suburbs.
Let me ask you a question before we get off of this? Like, can somebody be a legend to you but not be a legend to me? And would that still make them a legend?
No, you can't be a legend to just one person and then be a legend.
So in order for you to be a
Am
legend,
I
you
a
have to be
legend?
a no, you're not.
I think I'm a legend.
Not yet. Ah, cause you're you. That's why you saying
No,
that.
I'm just making a point. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think so.
So in order for somebody to be a legend, it has to be a widespread. Like, okay, everybody considers this person a legend. Is that how you
There has
feel?
to be a consensus amongst a good amount of people around. That's like, hey, yeah, this guy has accomplished this. Um, yeah, and the music and his art backed it up. I mean,
So
that's what made him a legend.
so is being a legend. If somebody's a legend, is that debatable? Like if they are for sure a legend, like Snoop Dogg is a legend, is that debatable though? Like I feel
Nah,
like
it's
it
not
can't be.
debatable.
Yeah, I feel like if you're a legend, it can't be debatable. Like I can't be like, oh, I fuck with Logic, he a legend, and then you be like, nah, he ain't no legend.
Yeah,
So
you
then
can
he's
ask
clearly
your
not a
mama
legend.
or your aunties
No,
or your
no cap.
uncles who Snoop Dogg is. I
Hmm.
guarantee they gonna be, oh, I heard of him.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. I was just wondering on like the definition of a legend, which I think we spoke on in the previous episode. Go check that one out if you get a chance. It's one of our first episodes. But so I guess let's go ahead and get into this next topic. So I guess we kind of want to talk about, have a little discussion about, some life things, some things that might, pique you guys' interest. So let's talk about traveling, man. So let's start here though, because I think this is one of the most interesting things about traveling to me is like, what's what's like the most important thing to you? Like, is it the experiences you have? Is it like where you stay? Is it like the food that you eat? Like, what when you go travel somewhere, like what's the first thing that you consider?
If it's taking this like more personally, like my personal things is like what I view when I go travel. I think it could be a bit different than um, depending who you are, of course, but also in your age.
Hmm.
Um, of course, when you're younger, you're just trying to go out and you're trying to go to these fun places and probably drink and go to these parties, meet the community, get in the neighborhoods and things like that. But I can imagine when I'm older and I have children and things, it's gonna be about bringing the family and doing family things and going to these different type of events again to show them. That's probably gonna be my highest highlight is to be able to show them things. But
Yeah, like Disney and shit like that.
yeah, for sure. So but yeah, to answer that question right now, yeah, I mean, right now I'm still I feel like I'm at that young age where I just want to just see more of the world. Um, of course, I like to do. I'm more of a person like I like seeing exotic things. I don't really
Okay.
like going places and seeing what I can see at the crib.
Yeah.
Like just seeing a city, and then you see maybe some water or whatever, and people just driving up and down the street, just like, and then maybe they got like a few bars here and there. Like I like to see, I like to feel like I'm on vacation.
Yeah,
I like
like an
the
island type shit.
Yeah, like the island vibe. I like to wear the island shirts. Like that's my shit. And like getting out there with the people and feel like I'm on vacation. I like to feel um, something else.
Yeah, because I feel like if you just went to just another regular U.S. city, it would kind of just feel like you might be at the crib.
Yeah,
But I feel
exactly.
like when you have a vacation, you want to get away and actually
Like sometimes when I
de-stress.
like went to fucking like Canada, I was just like, man, it's cool,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. I feel like I could see all this at the crib.
Yeah. I mean, it's so close to Michigan too. It's just like, okay, well, I mean, they might do things a little bit different. They might have a couple different restaurants, but like, it all depends on what you want to see. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only really places I was like, oh man, this is kind of different. And there's definitely a lot of places I still got to go see. So I'm just basing on where I've been so far. Like I really do like California. It just
Oh yeah.
feels different. Um, Florida in some areas, but it just depends. So in some parts of Florida, but yeah, when I go across the country, it's just I'm not really trying to go somewhere and like that's just like this like in America here. Maybe that's why I really haven't checked out like the UK and like London and stuff like that because I just feel like it's probably gonna be similar-ish,
Yeah, I feel like it probably would
like
be, but
Europe.
I've heard it was pretty wavy though, like over in London. But I don't know. But no, I do feel you though. Like I'm not trying to go to like Idaho. Like no disrespect to all of our Idaho listeners if we have them, but like I'm not trying to vacation and kick it in
Ohio,
Idaho. Definitely not Ohio. I mean, unless it's Cedar Point, I might fuck with Cedar Point, but um,
Kansas.
nah, I fuck with Kansas. See, and that's exactly what I was about to say. So for me, I'm gonna break it down right quick. For me, I gotta be good food wherever I go, and it gotta be honestly. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Like as long as I can eat good and kick it and not be at home and not be in my apartment, like I feel like that's enough for me. And so you mentioned Kansas, like Kansas City barbecue. A1, like top tier barbecue. So um anywhere I go, it gotta be some good food. That's why I'm saying I'm not trying to go to Idaho. Like what they got out there, like good ass
Yeah,
potatoes.
food is definitely very important. Like
Yeah,
they
for sure.
gotta have good food.
Hmm.
And I'm like a lot of times when I go out, like on vacations, whatever, I'm going to the nicest places in the area. I'm not going to like the basic shit around. Maybe if like in between, like leaving my like hotel or whatever, a resort,
Hmm.
and on the way to something, like if I'm going on maybe jumping off of a cliff or whatever into a waterfalls or I don't know, whatever. Like maybe I grab a snack or something locally, but when I'm out on vacation, I gotta go to the nicest restaurants, the best food in the area.
Yeah, fine
I
dining.
gotta try it.
Well, so why is that though? Like why don't you just want to go to like a cool local thing, like a cool local restaurant where they got the best burgers or some shit? Like why you got to go fine dining when you travel?
I got exquisite taste. I got fine dining taste.
Okay.
So I want to taste the best food they got to offer, and the best chefs out there. That's what I like to of course like yeah. I mean I'm gonna try like the shit in between, but when it comes to like dinner time or something like that, like I'm looking for some of the best food in the area. I don't want. I'm not trying to eat some regular burgers and shit that I can find at the crib.
Right. Yeah, it's a good burger down the street for real.
Yeah,
Like
you can hit up Five Guys out here.
no
Like if I
cap.
want a good burger.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's true. So like, okay. So let's take it here then. Like, so when you travel, you kind of already had touched on it, but like, so do you like doing like touristy type shit, or do you feel like, oh, I'm trying to just do like live how, when in Rome, do as Romans do? Like, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm definitely try to do I would say touristy stuff. So zip lining or riding ATVs or yeah, like I said, like I've even done like some jumping into the water and stuff like that. Going hiking and stuff, horseback
Mm-hmm.
riding. Yeah, I like doing all that kind of stuff and getting to really see the land.
Yeah, yeah. No, I feel
Yeah,
that.
so that yeah, I like doing that kind of stuff. It's instead of like I've been with friends and they kind of just stay around the area, and they're just drinking the whole time just by the pool and just kind of kicking it, do the games, which is cool by the beach or whatever. But yeah, like I love doing that. But it's like I want to make the most of my time there.
Yeah, spending all that money, like, so you might as well. Like, if you on a resort, like, yeah, it's cool to stay in a resort, especially if it's like free food, free drinks. But like, depending on where you at, if it's safe, like, you might as well just go ahead and explore and see what the fuck out there.
Yeah,
So nah,
explore, but yeah, explore safely.
yeah, no, for sure. Because I guess
Don't
I guess
carry too much money on you.
oh yeah, no, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah. So let's talk about like our best traveling experiences. Like, do you have one that like sticks out to you where it's like, damn, like if I could relive this shit or if I could go here again, like
Like
I'm
I
on
said,
the
I
way.
haven't really been in that many places. What about you?
To me, I don't know. Like you mentioned it earlier, like, but I love the Bay. I love the Bay in California. Like I like everything about it because it can go from it's all different kind of people, which is I grew up in a place where it was different, all different ethnicities and things like that. So it just reminded me of home and beaches and good
What's some wild
food.
experiences out there, or was there any that stuck
When I
out to
went to the
you, or why you
Bay,
like California? Was it just the
not
people and just being a relax, chill, getting to walk on the beach, smoke wherever, nice places, nice food?
yeah, I don't know.
Like, what was the food out there?
I really was just kicking it. I definitely had some good tacos. Definitely had a good some good crawfish out there. Just all kind of different shit. Like I said, there's so many different like ethnicities and things like that. So you can get any type of food you really want. But crazy stories when I was out there, nothing really crazy. 'Cause I only been there like 2 times. But I don't know. And see, that's the thing. I don't really be getting crazy like that. Like I'm kind of like what you just said. Like I just be chilling. Like you said, like some people just sit at the resort and just kick it. Like that's kind of me. Like I might walk around and try to find a cool like record store, I might just go try to find something good to eat. Go to a museum. I love museums. That's really my mo when I'm trying to travel. Like, let me go find something. Let me go find something I can't find back at the crib, like a museum, or a good record that I might not have yet, or good food that they might cook differently out here. Like, that's kind of how I am when it comes to traveling. So,
Dope. Yeah, I mean, me personally, if I'm just like somewhere around the area, like California, something like that, like I'm definitely checking out the nearest brewery just because I
oh,
love
for sure.
breweries. Um, yeah, like you said, like museums and things of that nature. I see what's in the area, what's going on. I'm definitely trying to look up comedy shows or
Oh yeah,
like I'm
yep.
looking at Eventbrite or whatever if I'm like in the States, see what kind of events and like just somewhere
Hmm.
that people are gathering. Maybe they got like vendors or markets and stuff like
Like
that.
a
I'm trying to check it
festival or
out.
something like that.
Yeah, walk and maybe I'll go do a little shopping with the vendors, local vendors and stuff like that.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Um,
know. I think that's just how. I think that's just the best way to do it for me. I mean, like I said, like other people just be doing touristy shit, like which is cool. But I like to try to fit in when I go places, so people don't be like, "Damn, where you from?" Like look at me like I'm different. Like I want when I go places, I want to act like I'm from there because I just want to fit in and do feel how people there feel, like the actual real people that live there. Because that's one of them things though, because they talking about like, have you heard
People
about
know
like,
though, like that should be obvious.
yeah,
If you're not from there,
low key. No, you're right, because
like
people,
I ain't never seen you before, and I be coming here all the time.
yeah, like where the fuck you from, like. But have you heard about Hawaii? How like I guess like tourism, I don't know if that's a word, is like ruining, the people that's there on the mainland. Like it's just
I feel like
really
that's
affecting
probably
them.
giving them most of their money. That's
It
coming
is,
into Hawaii is tourists.
yeah,
So
it is. But I heard that it just like kind of
yeah,
affected them in a bad way.
beggars can't be choosers. I mean, you living in Hawaii,
Yeah,
so you living in a tropical paradise.
yeah.
You got to get over it. Like people gonna show up.
But I
You
wonder
know,
if Hawaii is all tropical paradise though. I don't know. I never
I'm
been.
sure it's not like, but I mean, it is an
Hmm.
island. So I mean, actually, it probably is. It's tropical paradise. No matter where you go,
But I heard
like
that
you're on an
so
island.
since it's such a beautiful place and it's tourism, I heard like the house prices just be like the real estate is high as hell out there, and it's just like the people that's the regular working class they can't afford to live how they want to live. So it's
Move.
like bring your ass to the mainland.
Yeah, don't
You
live on
know,
an island then.
yeah. I mean, shit. When you're born and
If you ain't
raised
got
there,
if you ain't got that island money,
that's
better go to
easier said than done
Ohio.
though. That's easier said than done though. But I feel you. They could move if they had the means to do that. But
Uh,
yeah, so yeah, I don't
yeah, I
know,
mean,
man.
yeah, I agree. Like, I've heard things, of course, about Puerto Rico. I mean, that's U.S. territory.
Hmm.
Um, a lot of times, like it's very cheap to live there. Crime's different. I don't know if it's by choice or why a lot of them just don't move
I don't know.
and find a job elsewhere.
I feel
If
like
it's
it
a
could be
U.S.
by choice.
territory,
Yeah,
it's
it
like,
could be by choice or just they don't have the means.
yeah, they're just not thinking that big to be like, oh yeah, I'm not leaving my family kind of thing and where I grew up and this kind of what I'm used to.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
yeah,
like, let's close
like
it
why
out
not?
here
They can
though.
move.
Yeah, think
Uh,
about that.
Like
So
I guess I got something else I want to say about.
yeah, go ahead.
Like in California, I know you said you like the Bay. The Bay Area is dope. There's a lot of good restaurants out there. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I really like San Francisco. The places I've been to, San Francisco, San Jose, Oakland, and then you also got Palo Alto. Palo Alto, amazing restaurants. Berkeley's nicest. Got some
Yeah,
nice spots.
I fuck with Berkeley.
Um, but yeah, and when I went to like the Los Angeles, like that around that area, I really fucked with what I'm trying to get back to was Long Beach area.
Hell yeah,
Like that shit was dope.
bro. I fuck with Long Beach. One of my homies
Yeah.
stay out there. Hell yeah. Like the beach, it's just like the beach is right there. Like you could just ride your bike up and down there. You could just go kick it on the beach. I feel like LA has more beaches than the Bay. I think
Hmm.
I don't know, but if that's your thing, LA is definitely the place for that, like the beaches and shit like that. Um, so if you had to live in either LA or the Bay? Which one would you live in?
Just on based on place and not money or anything like that.
Yeah.
I probably would say like a. I need to see more of it before I make like a definite answer because I definitely been
Hmm.
around the Bay a whole lot more.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I would like to see like more Long Beach and like that kind of area to get more of a gist
No, I
to
feel
see
that.
if I want to stay around there or not. So yeah, that's why I'm saying I'm dying to get back out there just to see.
No,
And I,
for
I want to
sure.
try out more of the food and restaurants and more of the local spots. Because when I
Yeah.
went there, I was a bit fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard so many people say the LA food is trash though, but I
They
don't know.
got
I
good
thought shit was cool.
tacos.
I mean,
Like the
yeah,
West Coast in general, just like the Hispanic and Mexican culture there is the food's good.
yeah. No, they got that on lock for sure. But I
Like
don't
it
know if
definitely got
you
some seafood. Like it's
did.
right by the
You go to?
water.
Did you ever go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles?
Nah, I
No.
don't be going to places like that.
Why not?
Like,
That shit was it was straight. It was pretty good.
oh, it's good. I don't know. I
Yeah.
just seem a little like maybe I might check it out.
Yeah.
Maybe it just seem a little basic to me. Like yeah, I'm going to. I'm looking at Open Table. I'm going looking at this amount of stars they got,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Like you said,
maybe if I'm
exquisite shit.
yeah, maybe I'll catch a lunch at Roscoe's or something.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it really is just chicken and waffles. Like,
yeah, I'm not even a fan of chicken and waffles like that.
who created that? That's another question for another podcast. But
Yeah,
let's
maybe
wrap
for
this.
breakfast or something. Might check that out. Like for brunch,
Yeah.
go to Roscoe's. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Hell yeah. So
But
I guess let's close the travel conversation out. So do you feel like I guess let's let me ask you one more question. Like, do you feel like traveling, or what do you feel like traveling has done for you as a person? Like, do you feel like it's made any improvements in your life, or just helped you learn anything?
you definitely learn, and your mind like expands a bit to how people live in different areas, especially when you're going across the country.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the quality of life is just different, and it make you recognize how blessed people here are in the U.S. When you go somewhere that's underdeveloped, you just see a completely different side of how people are living. Like
Yeah.
just trash pickup and using as much water just so freely, or just having access to transportation. Just so like a lot of people are just walking around and like the infrastructure is not built up. Like the electricity and the lines is it's not as good
Mm-hmm.
in certain areas.
Right. Yeah.
There's dirt roads in a lot of places. The crime is just different.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
it's it, it's yeah, it's just it definitely opened up your mind to certain things and make you feel like I don't know, maybe kind of feel like I was a little blessed to be born in America.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And I also let me add to that, like just even seeing like we have these preconceived notions about places, but I feel like the best way to know about it is actually going and seeing what the place is like. So I think that's what traveling does for me.
They definitely
Like,
be happy. That, like when you go
oh
to these
yeah.
places and live in these countries, like they take pride in
Mm-hmm.
like where they are, and like I love that aspect. It's not always about. I feel like U.S. is it's always about the grind and the hustle and trying to make more money, and instead of just like the purpose of all that is so you can live happily and freely. It's like
Right.
some of these people they may make a lot less money, but they seem a lot more happier than people in the U.S.
Yeah. I mean, I never been out of the country before, but I know you spoke about that before. So I mean, I could imagine that. I could definitely imagine that. So yeah, I guess let's wrap it up there. So guys, if you get a chance, travel, get out there, get somewhere where you wouldn't feel comfortable at. Like get out your comfort zone. Like you might learn something.
I'm definitely gonna
Uh,
check out Europe though pretty soon.
yeah, Europe. Yeah, I want to go to Europe, Africa, Asia, maybe Australia, like everywhere for sure. So yeah, let's get into our next segment.
Yeah, love and hate.
Yep. So love and hate is when we talk about a couple of the singles that we've heard recently and talk about if we love them or if we hate them. And there's no in between. If you don't like one bar that the person said, it's a hate. You got to love it fully in order to put a love stamp on it. So let's go ahead and start with that first one. So let me offer you this right quick. Let me ask you about "Break My Soul" by Beyonce. Do you love or hate it?
Beyonce is one of the greatest musicians of all time. Beyonce Break My Soul, this record is a dance record. It definitely got me moving. Got me shaking my head a bit. Beyonce's voice is immaculate. She's an angel from the heavens. It's a blessing to be
this
even
nigga,
to hear that shit ring through my ear.
this nigga trying to
God,
get a Beehive sponsorship.
man, nah, it's just like it's when I see greatness and I recognize like the greatness,
Mm-hmm.
her black beautiful skin,
Mm-hmm.
her her class, man, it's it's unbelievable. Like it's really a treat every time Beyonce drops anything.
It is.
Automatic classic. She's a legend, icon. Um, yeah, like I love Beyonce. There's no bad words about Beyonce ever coming from me.
So you love the song just by default,
Yep,
even if you hated it.
yep. I got bias. I got
Okay,
Beyonce bias.
I can't be mad at that.
Anything Beyonce drop, I'm in love.
Yeah, yeah, no, I
She
feel
ain't
that.
never dropped nothing bad. Never. All right,
Okay.
so
No comment.
the track I'm gonna bring up, we was talking about NBA Youngboy earlier. Uh, Lil Nas X and NBA Youngboy late to the party. How you feel about that track?
Um, yeah, I thought it was good. I do think that Lil Nas X underperformed on here, just because it was funny. This song was funny though because like the
Same
the
reason, cause
record,
the BET Awards
yeah, like
they
he
said he
like
was gay.
the the song opened up and
That
he
was
was
an
like "fuck BET, fuck BET," like that was funny. Like one thing Lil Nas X is good for is a laugh. Like he's somebody that's funny like on Twitter and shit like that. But I feel like in terms of like the actual record and like the shit he was saying, like it was cool, but I feel like he kind of underperformed and didn't shine like NBA Youngboy shined to me. Like NBA Youngboy like slid
YB did it better.
like and I don't know. I might be biased because I really been fucking with NBA Youngboy's music for the last couple years. But overall, I would probably just say hate, just because I wish Lil Nas X would have just came harder than like I wish he would have just snapped on that shit and matched NBA Youngboy's energy. But
He's a pop
regardless,
artist, so I mean I don't expect him to go hard.
yeah, no, that is true. That is true. I mean, I don't know. I don't know
Was
if
this a
I just
rap song? Was he? I haven't heard the record. Was he rapping or singing?
it was like the rap sing
Country?
type thing. No, I definitely want country. It was
Oh,
definitely rap sing type. It reminded me of I can't remember what song that is. It reminded me of something that I heard before, but yeah, I just don't feel like he performed as well as I would have thought that he would have on the song with NBA. Like you can't let NBA Young Boy wash you on your own record.
I've been
But
seeing like little clips of the video,
mhm.
the Saint Row like video game or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it seemed dope from the clip, so maybe I will go ahead and check that out eventually. So
yeah. I like the video. It was a little creative for sure. Like,
yeah, I mean he at the crib, so you got to be creative.
exactly, exactly. So a lot of green screen, things like that. So it was cool. I'm gonna say hate, but I will listen to it, over and over again, just because, like I said, NBA YoungBoy slid on it. So with that being said, I'll get into my next one. Coach Heath's Mega Man. Excuse me. Do you love or hate that one?
So Cochise just came out with his latest album, The Inspection, and I've been
Mm-hmm.
waiting I think some years since his last project. It was that's one of the albums like I said that was like the best of the year when we did like our first episode of
Mm-hmm.
our top favorite albums. And Bimbo Croissant was definitely one of my favorites. So I was very excited for this project, and I gotta say, Coach Cheese, he let me down a bit with this project.
Mhm.
I didn't really see any elevation. I thought his last project had more different kind of sounds and styles and flows a little bit more. This was more seemed like more fun party-ish records. Um,
Okay, okay.
I don't know why he got really records talking about guns and shit. Like it's not him. Um, I mean, normally I'm when I don't know. I like the aspect of him comparing anime and stuff like that to music because not many artists do that. Um,
Right, yeah.
so yeah, I'm just overall. I didn't love the record. It's cool, okay. It's okay. It's cool. So
Okay.
I guess I gotta go with hate.
Do you feel like you're gonna change your opinion? Like if you heard the album like over and over again, like would it
I mean,
change? Or,
I've went through the album a couple times already, and it just
oh, for
came
real?
out. So yeah, overall, it's just not the same feeling as his last project.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm just a bit disappointed in this project, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully some maybe he comes out with some videos, and maybe that'll make me love some of these tracks. Just seeing the visual that he got for it, but
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We
yeah, we'll
shall
see.
see.
So this next track I'm gonna put out guy. Let me see. This guy, oh, Lil Baby and 42 Doug and V's, you dig?
Yeah. This one. I'm gonna say hate just because I don't know why, but the song it reminded me of something I heard before, like the flow that he used on the chorus. It reminded me of something else, and I can't put my finger on what it was. But in in general, I just felt like the song wasn't really hitting that much. I'm really a fan of V's. Like I like his music a lot, and I feel like he was just sounding crazy on here. Like he sounded like super high. Like he was just off all kind of substances, and I didn't. I feel like it didn't allow his verse to shine as much as it could have. I think 42 Doug and Lil Baby did pretty good on it, but V's, I was looking forward to hearing V's on the song with Lil Baby, and it just didn't. It didn't hit for me, so I'm gonna say hate on this one. I will listen again though, for sure. I guess let me go ahead and get into my last one for you, which is "Till the Wheels Fall Off" by Chris Brown, and that features Lil Durk and Capella Gray. Love or hate?
This record right here, I fuck with this track for sure.
Okay.
It was a record that off his new project Breezy by Chris Brown, one of the another one of the greats, especially in R&B. And the one thing about Chris Brown, people gotta start giving respect for is he hardly ever misses. No matter like he's the only person who can put out a bunch of tracks and there's really there's not really not many bad songs. Like he can
Mm-hmm.
put out about 30, 40 tracks and everyone's gonna be every track on there is gonna be pretty good. Like you're not really gonna say like, oh man, this shit is just terrible, trash. He's just that talented.
Mm-hmm.
And this
Yeah.
record right here is yeah, it's good. Lil Durk had a okay verse. Um, yeah, I mean he Lil Durk's Lil Durk. Capella Gray on the hook. Yeah, I mean it's smooth. It was the track that entered off the album. So yeah, I mean I love it.
Okay. That's dope. Yeah, I got it. I definitely got to check that out. I think I do agree with you. Like Chris Brown, like I don't think I ever heard no music that I just totally hated from Chris. So definitely gonna check this new album out. Some good. Hopefully it's like some real good R&B though. Like
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking for from Chris for sure.
definitely gonna get that. So go check out Breezy by Chris Brown. So this next record, I know we talked a bit about it. One of the songs I think I highlighted on one of the previous podcasts. So I'm bringing it here to Love and Hate, and that's Talent Show Cipher by Day Camp.
Hmm.
How you feel about that?
Yeah, I just listened to this one recently. I thought it was I
Had a
liked it.
video too on YouTube, so make sure you go
Yeah.
check it out.
Oh, I didn't see the video. I just heard the record. I thought it was cool that It was definitely a bunch of artists on here that I hadn't heard before, but I have heard Rolando Soul, who we've had on this podcast before. I think he started it off with and it was interesting though because it like the beat switched like as soon as he stopped rapping, like the beat switched and it was like this real like hard, this hard like Detroit type beat that 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 really came through. So it was really good, and I felt like everybody was doing their shit on there. And there was a couple girl rappers on there that was like sliding too for sure. And
Most definitely.
then I want to say the beat switched again, like for the very last verse, and that was like it caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting the first beat switch, and then the next beat switch. I'm like, okay, damn. So, yeah, I was definitely fucking with it. So yeah, it definitely made me want to go check out that whole project for sure by Day
And
Camp.
and
So
also the other artists on the project made me want to go check out what they got going on too.
yeah, no, for sure. So, yeah, I gotta say love on this one. I didn't dislike anything that I heard, so I'm gonna say love on that one. Um, so yeah, I guess with that being said, let's get into these highlights for this episode. So you want to go ahead and go first?
Yeah, for sure. So, well, I want to highlight this new movie by Kevin Hart. It's on Netflix. He just released it. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm excited to check that shit out. He seemed like he's always working. The movie's called The Man from Toronto. I've heard from people that it's pretty funny. And after his last project, True Story, which I talked about previously, I'm really excited to see this movie. So we can all watch it together, us and the fans, and I'm gonna let you know exactly how good it is.
Hmm.
And I want to hear what y'all think. What about you?
So let me go ahead and highlight a couple of people that I've been watching on YouTube for a little while. So they make like comedy skits and things like that, and they both from Chicago. I think they both tied in with each other. I've seen each other, or I've seen them in each other's videos. The first one, let me highlight Corporate with the K, so KORPORATE. He does this series called Black Chicago Be Like. And man, he got shit going on. Like the shot well, like the story is great. Like so, shout out to Corporate for that. Black Chicago Be Like, and then Skimbone. He just started his new series, which is called Meanwhile in Chicago. He's on episode 8 right now. But it's just funny shit. Like it just I don't know if you just into that type of comedy, just like I don't know, just funny shit. Definitely check them both out on YouTube. I'm sure they're on Instagram and TikTok too, but I watch them on YouTube. So shout out to Skimbone and shout out to Corporate.
Most definitely gonna check them out.
Yeah, man. So other than that, man, let's go ahead and get up out of here, man. We definitely thank you for listening. Appreciate you. So tap in with us, man. Follow us on Instagram. Interact with us, man. Let us know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. If we wilding on some of our opinions or if we spot on. You know what I mean? So get with us and we'll be back next time. We out.
Peace.